Hello everyone. Good afternoon. Am I audible? Please put the comment in the section description box. Am I audible to everyone? Yes, am I audible? Everyone, please give the thumbs up. Okay. So today in this session, we are going to talk about how the short series has been very helpful for all those aspirants who have appeared for mains 2025 and in fact who unfortunately could not clear the prelims. Even for them, the test series has been very helpful. So today with me, Mohit sir is also there. Mohit sir is also the head of short program, mains test series. So we both are going to talk about what is the important component of short program we have for 2026 batch. Apart from that, the most important thing which we are going to deal with is the philosophy. Like, what is the philosophy we follow while framing the question, while evaluating the answers, or during one-to-one discussions as well. Apart from that, we are also going to discuss how the short test series is very unique. It is not only about the answer writing, but basically we are taking care of each and every step or every process which every aspirant needs to follow to clear prelims and mains. So first, we are going to start with how many questions directly or indirectly have appeared in UPSC 2025 mains. And after that, I will be personally talking about the philosophy which we are following. And apart from philosophy, I will be dealing with the process which you all need to start with. Because my friends, try to understand. We are already, today is 16th of September. We all know that after November and December, you will start focusing on the prelims, right? So hardly you have not more than 3.5 months. And trust me, if you are not going to utilize the next 2 months properly, right? If you are going to prepare like anything, be it mains test series or notes in a very haphazard manner, then it will be very difficult to streamline your preparation January onwards. And obviously, even if you're going to clear the prelims, then definitely you are going to face the challenges in mains, right? So in this session, I will be dealing with each and every process step by step, and you will find the process, the steps which I'll be dealing with is very unique, and there is no shortcut to that. Okay, I hope this is clear. So Mohit sir will start with first. He's going to highlight what is the reflection of the short question in the UPSC main. So Mohit sir, how many questions do you think? Like, because you was focusing more on the review part of the question. So kitne questions I had overall? Like, are you surprised to see that?
Thank you, Biren sir, Guruji. To all of you, a very warm welcome. And yeah, I was not surprised. It was I would say, pleasant experience. And as we know, this year's mains was also a little bit bouncer for many aspirants. Many questions, as UPSC does every year, many questions were somewhat unheard of. Some were let us say, a shocker for the students. But even then, we were able to get 53 out of 73. And in these 73, students might be wondering why 73. In GS there are 80 questions. We are not counting case studies of ethics paper, right? If we remove the case studies of ethics paper, then we have 20 questions GS1, 20 questions GS2, 20 questions GS3, and 13 questions in GS4 ethics. So out of those 73, we have somewhat covered 53 questions in just one test series, year 2025, right? And that comes to around a whooping 72%. More than that, 72% is no joke, right? So these are the questions. If we look at this GS1, almost 60% of the paper has been reflected in some form of the another through our test series.
And even GS paper 1 is very dynamic as far as the society is concerned.
Yes, right? Even culture, even culture is
culture.
Yes.
So we have seen the questions have directly come from the test series also. We are going to show you the snippet of that as well. So,
and in GS2, almost 80% of the paper, 16 out of 20 questions were reflected in Short 2025. GS3, 15 questions, again almost 80. And in GS4, out of 13, 8 questions. The first part we are talking about, I'm not talking about case studies here. So more than 72% of the paper has been in some manner or the another covered through the short test series. So any student who has written each and every test of the short test series, or if not the test series, if they had gone through sincerely through the model answers itself, they, yes,
there were many students.
Many students were there
going through the model answers only.
Exactly,
model
sir.
Answer ही पढ़ लेते हैं,
Yes,
because that is the best possible way to revise the entire syllabus, right? Considering the paucity of time after the prelims itself. So many students have read the model
yes.
answers only.
So almost 72% of the paper was reflected through the test series. Moving forward, if we look at, I will show you some of the reflections. If we look at some of the questions, we can see about climate change. We can see about climate change, coastal ecosystems. Here are island nations, right? Smart city and distributive justice. Now smart city and well-being, distributive justice, in other words, well-being, right? Yes. So most of the questions, and the link for this PDF has been pinned down in the YouTube description as well. You can download that document and see for yourself that what kind of questions have been reflected, how many questions have been reflected through the test series. If we move forward, right, there are many. In fact, in all of the questions, in this question, if you see source of information, development objective, then here inclusive development, again inclusive development, right? So most of the questions, and to many surprise of many, some of the questions are directly picked. Look at this statement, sir. 29. The greatest discovery of my generation is that a human being can alter his life by altering his attitudes. This is a GS4 question. This
even
is a
last year also same thing happened.
Same, yes.
Same. Last year, even in ethics, we have seen the direct statement.
Yes, direct statement. Yeah, exactly. And this is test 7. Yes.
SMA.
So these are the things that we are focusing here, and why we have been able to predict so many of the questions, why we have been able to predict more than 72% of the GS, all of the 4 papers combined. How was it come to happen? So all of these questions we will know from Biren sir. Sir, why do you think, is it a fluke? क्या तुक्का लग गया? बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स बोलेंगे सर सिलेबस के ही तो कीवर्ड्स हैं, तो तुक्का लग गया होगा. So is it a fluke, or there is some scientific methodology, some philosophy behind it?
Definitely there is scientific methodology, because many of you, if you have joined the short program, or even if you have got a chance to speak with us in Vajiram building, you know that I only ask my students to start or to focus on the previous year's question. And that is what our content team also does. Our content team being headed by Namrata ma'am. So first of all, I would like to thank Namrata ma'am also, that with her team, she was able to pick up the right topic from the previous year's question. And based on the previous year's question, she could frame, or her team could frame, such a good question, right? So our philosophy is totally based on the previous year's question. Now the problem is, it is not something like that you are not aware of the importance of the previous year's question. भाई सबको पता है, previous year's questions are the most important part. Everybody knows it. Yes. Everyone knows it. But the problem is how to utilize or how to analyze the previous year's question. That is the problem. And today in this session, I will show you, I have picked up one topic where I'm going to show you what is the best process or how to analyze the previous year's question. And then you will be surprised to see how in 2025 mains paper, the question have directly come from the themes which we have got after analyzing the last 10-20 years of previous year's question, right? So we are going to deal with that. So the very first thing is the answer writing, right? Now many people, many of you might rush to start with the answer writing of the previous year's question,
because every topper, every teacher says that you should write answers, you should write answers,
right? But my friend, now the part or the discussion which I'm going to or the stages of the preparation or the answer writing which I'm going to explain is the most important part, and you need to focus on this, right? Whatever the doubt you will be having at the end of the session, you can definitely ask, but try to understand this part, right? So the very first thing is, right, when you start with the answer writing, right, when you think about joining any test series, what do you think? Or what is the first thought in your mind, right? The very first thing is that the answer writing program will help you, or it will teach you how to write, right? The answer writing program will teach you how to write. But this is the mistake. यहीं पे आपको थोड़ा सा केयरफुल रहना है. Otherwise, I'm not saying that answer writing program does not teach how to write a good answer, but before even you start with answer writing, there are some prerequisites which you need to focus on, right? So just I'm asking you a very simple question. As soon as you see the question, be it previous year's question, be it question in the test series, what are the most common problem you face? Tell me. The very first common problem you face is interpreting the demand of the question, right? After that, you are stuck with what should be the structure of the answer, right? Many of you have asked me, sir, my answer looks very monotonous. हर आंसर में सिग्निफिकेंस चैलेंज वे फॉरवर्ड यही आ रहा है, सजेशंस आ रहे हैं. क्यों? आपने देखा होगा कॉपी वैल्यूएशन में.
Yes, and many students they keep asking ki, sir, what can I do differently? What can I do differently? I have followed all the parameters. I am writing introduction, I am writing challenges, I am writing significance, I am writing way forward, I am writing a conclusion.
Right. So the structure is not only about addressing each and every demand of the question. Structuring means the most important part is how much weightage you are giving to the core demand of the question, how much weightage you are giving to the non-core demand of the question. That is also the part of the structure, right? So because some answers I have seen, the non-structure part is covered holistically as compared to the core demand of the question.
Students, they are not able to, sir, what I have seen, they are not able to give justice to each part. Their answer is disbalanced. Yes. Which part should not be written more, they are writing more in that part. Which part should be concise, they are elaborating more in that part. And which part should be elaborated, they are writing in very concisely in that part.
Right. So basically this is the problem, right? So structure is the problem. Chalo, finally, after maybe going through the previous year's question, you will learn how to structure the answer. Then the problem will be content, right? Why I'm talking about the content, my friend, when you will be writing the answers in the main exam hall, it will be very difficult to think and write if you do not have a ready-made template or ready-made structure, the points for your question. It is very difficult to complete the paper in time. Trust me on this, okay? I have been interacting with so many rankers, so many veterans for UPSC 2025 mains, and I have seen this was the most common problem. They have the content, but they are not able to replicate in the exam hall, and they are not able to recall it, right? So content ki problem aa jayegi. Then after that, your value addition will be the problem again, right? Because without value addition, you will be stuck in a range. Your marks will not increase beyond 90 or 95 marks. But you know, if you are scoring just 90 marks, you may find it, or you may not find your name in the list, right? So value addition is the problem. So now just imagine yourself. अब आप इस चीज के ऊपर फोकस नहीं कर रहे हो. You are not focusing on each and every component. What you are focusing on? Let's begin with the answer writing.
And sir, this is because of it I was going to ask you another question. Many students, when they ask for walk-in and they ask for, meet the mentors and all, so they ask one simple question: sir, is joining test series will solve my problems? Is joining test series, will I be able to write good answers just by joining the test series? So what do you have to say about that?
In that case, I would say if it is just an answer writing program, then I think again you are going into the trap. Because see, answer writing is one component. These are the prerequisites, right? My friend, try to understand this. These are the prerequisites. If test series is not helping you in all these aspects, it means test series will not help you to get your name in the list. If you are scoring 16 out of 250, you can reach, you can score, like test series will help you to score 90 marks, 95 marks, or maybe 85 marks. But all these aspects are more important, especially in these next 3 or 4 months. Because after that, if someone will ask you, hey, why don't you focus on the content? Why don't you focus on the value addition? Why are you not practicing enough to understand the demand of the question? You are going to shout on me, sir. What are you telling me? I'm going to start with the prelims preparation, right? The entire like every student is focusing on the prelim. So why should I focus on content, structure, demand?
And especially, sir, this year we have only 2.5 months after the prelims.
Yes.
So these 3 months, they become very, very important.
Yes.
They are indispensable if someone wants to get a very good rank next year.
Exactly.
Yes.
So that is what I'm trying to convey, my friends. Without this component, how can you write a good answer? It is not possible, right? So just thinking about write more, you have to focus on how you can develop the skill for addressing the demand of the question, structuring your answer, content, notes making, value addition. And if you are not comfortable with all these aspects, I'm not really sure how your notes are going to be prepared. If you are not comfortable with in all these aspects, I'm damn sure you will always have this doubt that your notes are not good enough to address the demand of the question.
And sir, we have seen many notes, many students, they come up with their notes. You have seen,
Right.
I have seen like thousands of students of notes. The biggest problem, notes making is the one of the biggest problems they are facing. They are like, sir, I don't know how to make notes. I am making notes and sometimes their notes are, I would say, not up to the mark. They are very bulky.
I have picked up that topic. I'm going to explain what
Okay.
should be the process for the notes making.
Yes,
that
sir.
is the reason I have picked up one topic and I'll explain this to everyone. Right. So basically, if you do not have the notes, right, then your answer writing will get stuck in a range. Your marks will get stuck in a range. That is for sure. Okay. Now, after that, now what is more important to understand? Art of analyzing the previous year's question, because like I said, previous year's question not only helps you or us to predict the question which UPSC may ask in 2026, but apart from the question, previous year's questions also helps in basically notes making, right? It also helps you to predict how the nature of the question is changing. Right? It also helps you in value addition. Right? It also helps you in structuring the answer. It also helps you to identify the demand of the question. And most importantly, it also helps you in template-based answer writing. Right? Template-based answer writing. I will get into the template-based answer writing later on in some other videos. Right? But as of now, you just need to understand how the PYQ helps you in identifying or guessing all these aspects. Right?
Yes, sir, exactly. And when I was interacting with Namrata ma'am and the team today itself, their major focus has been on two things: PYQ along with current affairs. And this is, I think, the secret. That is how they were able to predict, let us say, almost more than 72% of the paper.
Right.
That is why they were able to do, right?
Yes.
So PYQs plus current affairs, they are, I think, the essential part of the short test series.
Yes. Even the camp, even not only in short, even in camp. And we would like to announce that we are going to launch the mains camp answer writing program for 2026 batch as well, where we are going to focus on each and every component which we have talked about in the previous slides. Okay, so the dates, the schedule, everything will be I think it will be launched in a couple of days, I guess.
Yes, it will be launched, and the batch starts from 29th. That is the tentative date till now.
Yes.
And the major focus will be to cover everything, to make students mains ready by the end of December, or by, let us say, mid of the December, not
Yes.
even the end of the December.
Yes, so this is the feedback which we have received from the previous batch right? Where the quality of questions, you can see we have received the good feedback, even the quality of discussions, right? So every day we will focus on the answer writing, starting from 5 question, 10 question, and 20 question. There will be a discussion, right? The PPT will be shared, value addition will be shared. So everything we have taken care of, right? So this is just the snippet of the feedback which we have received from many students related to the quality of content, the quality of discussion we are providing. Now, so I think this is the topic I have picked up from as far as the previous year's question is concerned. That is the e-governance topic.
No, sir. Before that, I would like to interrupt you. Excuse me for that. How, if you are saying that these are the things, you talked about many things like PYQs, value addition, and everything, right? But how are we at SureShot are incorporating those in our test series?
Okay. So
please elaborate a little bit on that.
I'll tell you. Yeah. See, there are answer writing programs.
Yes.
Okay. Just focus on this part. Right? There are two types of answer writing program. There is one traditional answer writing program, right? Traditional answer writing program focus only. I'll tell you the component. Of traditional answer writing program, right? They will give you the question paper, right? Evaluation, obviously. Evaluation and one-to-one mentoring. Not lasting 15 minutes. That is, I'm sure, because I have got the feedback. Not lasting 15 minutes. I'm not really sure how someone can discuss your answers in just 15-20 minutes. Right? However, in SureShot, what we are doing, we are starting with the pre-test discussion. In pre-test discussion, we are focusing on the previous year's question. You know that.
And I think this is a unique feature. Nobody in the market offers that.
Yes. In this, we are discussing the previous year's question, right? Based on the previous year's question, we provide the themes. Based on these themes, you are supposed to, or the students are supposed to prepare the notes, right? Themes, I'm going to show you. How we have prepared the themes. Based on the themes, we are going to prepare the notes. Once your notes are prepared, then write the answers. Right? And then there will be a post-test discussions. And after watching the post-test discussions, or even if you have less time, you want to discuss your answers one-to-one, we have one-to-one. Mentor slots available. And I am telling you, this one-to-one session in SureShot test series is not like 15 or 10 minutes. We spend at least how much minutes? 45 minutes?
More than that. More than that.
And for that, I have...
Yes. We spend almost, let us say the average would be around 55 minutes or 1 hour.
And 1 hour. That's true for 10 marker questions.
That is for 10 questions only, half length test.
Paper I'm talking about.
And if it is a full length test, the discussion goes beyond 2 hours.
Yes. Sometimes it goes beyond 2 hours.
Yes.
Right. So our discussion, the quality of discussion is very, very unique. We don't focus only on the content. Model answer पढ़ के नहीं बता देंगे कि ये लो ये point.
And that is one-to-one. हम student को अकेले बता रहे हैं कि ये आपके questions में problem है.
That is personalized exactly. Improvement basically can be done after one-to-one session. So these are the components. So this is the holistic. So SureShot test series is not only about an answer writing program. It is the process, and we all know that in UPSC, if someone is not following a process, it becomes very difficult to clear all the stages of the exam.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
So now I'll come to that part. For example, this is the most important part you all need to understand, right? Because these are the question from the e-governance topic which UPSC have asked.
This is a sample topic.
Yes. Right. Look at these questions. Starting from 2004, right? Starting from 2004, then last question UPSC has asked in 2024. Now, I'm asking all of you, when you look at the previous year's question, what do you do exactly? आप लोग क्या लगता है? आप लोगों को ये लगता है कि प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन देख लिया, ओके, डिस्कस द यूटिलिटी ऑफ ई गवर्नेंस, आई नो व्हाट इज द यूटिलिटी, व्हाट डू यू अंडरस्टैंड बाय ई गवर्नेंस इनिशिएटिव बाय द यूपीएससी, चलो ठीक है, ये तो बाउंसर हो गया, इफ यू आर नॉट इफ यू हैव नॉट prepared any notes on the UPSC or any other organization, it's fine. So basically we analyze or we scan the previous year's question through the eyes only. We don't sit with a pen and paper. We don't try to find out what are the themes hidden in the question, right? And this is the problem. But at the same time, if I have to analyze the previous year's question, because this is exactly how I explain to the short students, when you are looking at the previous year's question, you should ask yourself why the question is asked, why you need to understand why the question is asked. Only then you will be able to predict what could be asked next year, right? So for example, look at these questions. Discuss the utility of e-governance, right? It's talking about the utility, the significance, the application. What do you understand by e-governance? Basic concept. E-governance is not only about utilization of the power of new technology, but also much about critical importance of the use value of information. Use value. Now, this question is something which you need to focus on. The third question. E-governance is not only about the utilization of power of a new technology, but also much about critical importance of the use value of information. Now, I will show you what exactly this question is all about, right? So, what does it mean, use value of information? Can anyone tell me what this? So, the question says, e-governance is not only about the technology. It is not only about the technology, but it is about through the use or after using the technology, to what extent there is use value, the information is being utilized by the citizens. जो हम data, information process कर रहे हैं using the digital technology, to what extent we are able to deliver the services based on the e-governance structure or the digital technology, right? So this is a question basically. So yahan pe, if you are going to break down the theme of the question, right, so you have to talk about the challenges. What are the issues? It is not only about the technology integration in the service delivery, but what are the problems we are facing in delivering the services when using the digital technology or ICT, information and communication technology, right? Then look at the fourth, implementation of information and communication technology based projects usually suffer in terms of certain vital factors. Identify these factors and suggest measures for their effective implementation. Now, what are the vital factors, right? So, don't you think these questions are almost similar? Implementation of information and communication based projects usually suffer in terms of certain vital factors. Now, factors can be digital, factors can be social, factors can be legal, factors can be constitutional, right? Now, these factors you need to understand, right? So this is how I am breaking down the theme of the question. Emergence of fourth industrial revolution has initiated e-governance as an integral part of the government. So basically, we are talking about the significance of fourth industrial revolution, like robotics, AI, blockchain technology, big data, how it can revolutionize the e-governance, right? Then, e-governance as a critical tool of governance has ushered in effectiveness, transparency, and accountability. So basically here, e-governance is linked with the governance, right? How the e-governance ensures the good governance, right? Then, last question. E-governance is not just about the routine application of digital technology in service delivery. It is as much as about multifarious interaction for ensuring transparency and accountability. In this context, evaluate the role of interactive service model of e-governance. Now, this question, if you are not able to link the last question with the third question, it means you are not analyzing the previous year's question properly. Right? This question is all about the role of interactive service model. Interactive service model का मतलब क्या है? For example, we have different app, जैसे कोविन ऐप है. कोविन ऐप interact with the citizens. We have Umang app, right? We have My Government platform, right? So these are interactive service model. So basically what we are doing through these service model, we are processing the information. Through that information, citizens are getting benefit, right? So this question has basically, it is the same question, almost same question you can say. So now look at the question UPSC has asked in 2025. So these are the themes. This is how I prepare the themes based on the previous year's question. Introduction to e-governance, utility in Indian context, institutional case studies, UPSC passport seva, GST and My Government Covin, information as power, right? Challenges and implementation barriers. अब challenges मैं बता चुका हूँ, social infrastructure, digital, constitutional, legal, everything. Digital revolution and future, how AI, blockchain, all these can help. Then models and best practices. Models and best practices will also help you to basically score good marks. For example, we have interactive service model, Estonia, Singapore, Kerala, e-literacy, Aadhaar linked DBT. These are the good case studies we can use or the best practices we can use. Then way forward, Digital India, National e-governance plan, India stack. So forget about the content. एक कंटेंट से पहले आपको ये पता होना चाहिए कि ऑन व्हाट डायमेंशंस यू नीड द कंटेंट, राइट? हम लोगों को पता ही नहीं होता है कि डायमेंशंस क्या हैं. हम वी आर जस्ट always after the content, but what I want you to do is focus on the dimension, focus on these dimension. Once you know on what dimensions or the aspects you need the content, definitely we are providing workbook, we are providing mains smasher, right? You have yellow book. I'm damn sure after reading these 3 books, you will get all these examples or all these data. Smasher में हम लोगों ने दिया ही अभी, right? So this is the idea, and based on these themes, you can prepare the notes. Once your notes are prepared, then you will see how it is easy. For example, e-governance project have built-in bias towards technology and backend integration, thus user-centric design. And backend integration, then user-centric design. Examine. Now, what is the demand of this question? What is the demand of this question? The demand of this question is, the very first thing is, it's talk about the bias, right? The question is not about the e-governance. Question is about the biases. Biases of what? Technology heavy, integration heavy, less citizen centric, right? हम लोग खाली टेक्नोलॉजी की बात कर रहे हैं, but we have ignored whether the services, right, which we intend to deliver to the citizens are reaching or not, right? So the question is about user-centric design of the e-governance model. This is the question. So after breaking down the demand of this question, we got explain why such biases exist, right? Then second is how it affects the citizen outcomes, exclusion, alienation, digital divide. Critically examine whether user-centric design is neglected and how to fix it, right? So user-centric design is neglected or not. Again, question is examine. तो आपको लिखना है कि yes, to some extent government is trying to basically address the user-centric design, right? Or government is focusing on the user-friendly design, but there are gaps. There are gaps, right? जैसे कि अब my government कोविन ऐप है, these are very user friendly, everyone is using it, right? But there are some limitations also, है ना? तो now just imagine there are 3 demands in the question. Now I want you to understand, I want you to identify which all themes we can apply here to frame the answer of this question. For example, explain why such biases exist, how it affects the citizen outcome. So, if you are going to basically check the template, right? Don't you think the way forward should be there? Obviously, right? Now, challenges and implementation, this theme will be there, right? Models and best practices, this theme should be there in your answer, right? Then, after that, information as a power, this theme, use value information, accessibility, RTI, all these themes, if you are going to have a notes on these themes, or if you would have the notes on these themes, the answer of that question will become very, very effective. And this is how we are supposed to analyze the previous year's question. But हम लोग ऊपर से देख रहे हैं previous year's question को, कोई मतलब ही नहीं है उसका. And in short test series, we focus on this also. So the camp means the mains camp, which we are going to launch in the last week of September. We will make sure that we will walk with you through the previous year's question. There will be a pre-test discussions where we will discuss the previous year's question for all the topics, on all the topics. Based on the themes from the previous year's questions, you can prepare the notes and then you can write the test on a daily basis. So either it's be a short or camp, both the test series does not only focus on the answer writing, but at the same time, it focuses on the previous year's questions analysis. It focuses on the notes making, value addition, structuring, demand, every possible aspect, which I have already explained to you.
Yes,
right. So, Mohit, anything else?
Yes, sir. And the result speaks for itself. The first year itself, we have given AIR rank 1 from the same test series.
Yes.
And not in UPSC CSC AIR rank, Indian Forest Service AIR rank 1
Yes.
was also from the short test series.
Right.
So, and despite that, despite we are explaining everything, sir, you explained everything. Despite that, many students, they still are not able to take the benefit.
Yes. The reason is because there are, let me tell you very frankly, my friend, because you all are running behind the shortcuts. आप लोग इतना सुन भी रहे होगे, फिर भी मार्केट में जाओगे, if you find any like 10-page book for the entire e-governance, you are going to pick it up. This is the problem. No one is ready to put the hard work.
They are after ready-made templates.
Yes, they are ready-made templates.
Ready-made notes.
And my friend, this exam is not about the knowledge, it is about the skill.
Yes.
On the spot, if you are not able to decode the demand of the question, if you are not able to identify what are the keywords hidden in the question, how to use the template, then no matter how good content you have in your notes, if you do not have that skill to interpret the demand of the question right then and there in the examination hall, it is very difficult to score a good marks. And skill needs time, skill needs practice, skill needs a proper analysis.
It skill needs a lot of effort.
Of effort.
And this is the problem with today's market. There is a problem of plenty. Students go outside, they get so much confused, so many notes, so many templates, so many cheap products, everything is filled up. And then student looks for what is easy for them.
Yes.
And they fall into the trap. They join, let us say, buy flashy books, join flashy programs and that is the problem, right? So this is what you should not be doing. You should be willing to put the hard work.
I'll tell you one story. Yesterday, couple of students came to me and he told me, sir, I have so many, like I have this book, that book, I have like 4 or 5 sources to prepare the notes on. So how should I prepare the notes? So I have asked them the very simple question. You wanted to prepare the notes, but on what you want to prepare the notes? He said, there is one topic. For example, the topic is separation of power, right? The topic is separation of power. So he said, sir, I want to prepare the notes on the separation of power. So I asked him, do you have the good content for separation of power?
Mm-hmm.
He said, yes. We have the very good content. We have 4-5 resources for the separation of power. Like we have Lakshmikant, NCRTs, so and so PDF. But we are still confused how to prepare the notes on separation of power. Then I asked a very simple question. You want to prepare the notes on the separation of power, but what are the various aspects on which you have to prepare the notes? But there has to be an index. एक इंडेक्स होना चाहिए जिसके ऊपर आप नोट्स बनाओगे.
And that index, sir, I think will be derived from previous year questions
Yes.
itself.
This index is nothing but the themes from the previous year's question. And trust me, मैं challenge के साथ बोल रहा हूं, अगर आप ये चीज नहीं कर रहे हो, you will, I am sure you will be in a dilemma, whether your notes are good, whether your notes have a value addition, whether your notes can address the demand of the question or not. And because these things are very crucial.
And what happens in the dilemma, students end up wasting a lot of time.
हाँ, और बाद में पैनिक हो जाएगा, फिर शॉर्टकट्स पे चले जाएंगे.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
So then the prelims cannot qualify, mains cannot qualify, notes नहीं बने हैं, notes sir क्या करें? And then they get into anxiety, everything. Right. Every sort of student we encounter every day.
Exactly. So my friend, on a very serious note, still you have the time. And I'm not really sure how you calculate the time. But how I calculate the time, basically, my way of calculation is very simple, right? I know if by October end or November, if I'm not on right track, I know I will be lost. I have just 1.5 or 2 months. By November, if you are on a right track, like I can say, you will be able to cover a lot of things by January end. But by November, if you are not on a right track itself, then forget about it. फिर भूल जाओ. फिर prelims ही clear करो. Forget about the mains.
Maybe prelims will not be cleared then. By if they are
prelims तो रट्टा मार के हो जाता है. मतलब हो सकता है because you also have a luck.
Yes.
Right. Yes. But not always. Nowadays, even very analytical question UPSC has been asking in prelims also. This is really I don't want you to think about. Right. We are always there for you. If you are still confused, you can bring your notes. You can bring your answers. Even if you're not a part of any program, if you're not a part of any test series, still you can come and you can meet us.
Yes.
We will discuss with you the entire plan, everything.
We have been providing, there are students who come to us who are not part of our program.
Still
they come to us, they sit with us. We are providing them mentoring free of cost. So we do that. So if you are, let us say you're not in a financial position, or if you have joined any other program and don't want too many programs, you can still meet us. Right, you can come discuss your problems, discuss your how to make notes, show your answers, show your notes. So we will still guide you. So the idea is, see, my friends, we cannot guarantee your success because success depends on a lot of factors. But we can guarantee you one thing, and that is right guidance. We can guarantee you that in 1.5 months or maybe next 2 months, you will be on a right track. उसके बाद responsibility आपकी है कि आप उस right track को follow करो या कर रहे हो या नहीं कर रहे हो. So we can guarantee you right guidance. And that right track and right guidance, you reminded me of very good thing, sir. And that can be shown, if I look at the marks scored by, let us say, Shakti Dubey in short test series. She started from 70s. Right. And by the time she was writing her last test, she was getting 116 or 120. Yes. So that is a hell of an improvement. Yes. But that improvement comes not only with her hard work, obviously it's her hard work, but that also comes with the right guidance. Right approach is the most important thing. Why many students are confused what to see, why they are struggling to clear the prelims itself, why they are struggling to clear the mains even after 3 or 4 attempts. The reason is, it's not the content, it's not the source, it is the right guidance. Right guidance and right approach. Students, they these days have this mindset that for prelims, I have to just cram facts. Yes, but they don't understand that it is the integrated approach that is needed. So my friends, this is just one part, right? There are a lot of things we will be talking about in Sure Shot or the main scam. Like
template based discussion, template based answer writing. I know there are in market there are so many. I have seen PDF template for answer writing. यूज करके दिखा दो मुझको. I will give you the question. आप यूज करके दिखा दो उसको.
That is what happens. If templates are there, you don't know how to apply them.
हाँ.
Or first problem is those templates. Most of the templates which are in market, they are low quality.
They are low quality. बात नहीं है. They just pick up the keywords and they you frame. वो तो chat GPT भी करके दे देगा.
Exactly.
You put the word democracy. It will give you 10 keywords. Use that as a template.
Exactly.
But that is not the problem. Problem is, according to the demand of the question, context of the question, you should know how to think or how to think about the template right then and there, and that is what we teach, right? So try to understand this process, my friend. But like I say, still, if you have
regarding chat GPT, as you said, many of the institutions and even students know they are implementing chat GPT in the evaluation.
Common हो गया है, उसको तो छोड़ ही दो.
But what we are doing, we are building a team of evaluators who are selected candidates. Many IAS,
that is the reason we have result. That is the reason we have the result 53 question.
If many IAS, former IAS, many IPS, many IR selected students are in the evaluation team.
Yes.
The lowest bar to get into the evaluation team is that you have to get appeared multiple times in the interview. That is the lowest bar, right? So
Avantika, will short test series for 2023 be held only once? No, I think we are already in the 12th batch.
Yes, 12th is launching from
28th of
September.
So it's the sooner you join, more time you will get for notes making, analysis, and everything.
And Avantika is also talking about time management. So time management, regarding time management, we get so many issues.
Yes.
Like every student talks about time management.
Time management, देखो, time management तभी हो पाएगा when you know how to structure your preparation.
Exactly. And
अब आप 100 चीजें पढ़ोगे उठा के, एक ही चीज को 10 बुक से पढ़ रहे हो. लेकिन आपको ये नहीं पता है कि पढ़ना क्या है according to the UPSC. So obviously you will be investing a lot of time in so many resources.
And like Avantika, you are saying that you GS and PSI are optional. So in that same time, in the day itself or in the week itself, you have to devote time to answer writing, to get those answers evaluated and get the feedback from the mentors.
Yes.
That has to be incorporated in this schedule only.
Right.
You have only 24 hours and other students are doing it. And still, Avantika, if you want to discuss in detail with the time management, you can visit us, you can call us and meet us, and we will discuss your
problems. The difference between camp and sure shot is camp is regular answer writing program where we will target to complete your entire mains preparation.
It's sort of a daily answer writing program.
Yeah, it's a daily answer writing program.
Out of 7 days a week, we will be writing answers 5 days a week.
Yes.
Out of the 7, we will be on 5 days, we will be writing answers.
So there will be different phases, and if you really want to check the quality of discussions, the quality of questions, the mains camp which we have launched for 2025 batch, the video is already there under the live section of the Vajiram YouTube channel. You can go and you can check the phase 1, the day 1, day 2, phase 2, day 2, where Shakti and me have taken the discussion. And even in phase 1, me and Shatakshi ma'am, 204 rank, she has taken the discussion. So you can go and check the quality of discussion. The template-based approach, which I have just talked about, we have discussed, we have followed the same in that. So you will get the clarity what this program, the camp, is different than the sure shot. But we will be coming up with a short video on the mains camp, the detailed procedure, the timetable, the schedule, everything will be on YouTube in a couple of days.
And sir, Uzma Khan is asking that chat GPT and DeepSeek use karna safe hai. What do you have to say about this?
बिल्कुल यार, technology का use करना आना चाहिए, but don't cheat with them. Don't cheat.
Yes. Don't make it use them as a shortcut.
Yes. Don't use them as a shortcut.
Use them as smart work, not shortcut.
Yes.
That is the approach.
Right. Suppose you have to read an article. Suppose you find a very good article on federalism, right? And the article is of like 8-9 pages. And if you're not really sure what to read, what not to read, you just give it to the these AI tools. They will give you the summary. Ab usme se you have to extract some facts. For example, extract the Supreme Court judgment and with the context, give the command. It will give you the ready-made material. So use it wisely. So use of technology is not bad. Misuse of technology is fatal.
And
as simple as that.
Yes, exactly. And not knowing how to use it. That is also the problem. So use it wisely. Do not become dependent on it. Do not make it a substitute for your answer writing. Because many students, they are using it for, writing previous year questions answers.
नहीं वो use करो, misuse मत करो यार. Simple सी बात है.
That is a misuse.
ठीक है, आप misuse मत करो.
use it to
अपने
summarize
साथ-
big articles, use it to
हाँ.
highlight, let us say, key points, extract key material from
Exactly.
verbose topics. That is
Right,
what you
right.
should use.
Right. So I think this is all. For any other queries, please fill the form given in the description box. And if you are in Delhi, if you are staying in Old Rajendra Nagar, Karol Bagh, you can visit the 7B building near gate number 5, Karol Bagh Metro. And we are always there for any doubts, be it notes making, answer writing, your preparation, anything. You can come to the office
Yes,
and you can
one
meet
thing
us.
I would like to say about mentoring in the short test series, it's not your run of the mill everywhere available mentoring in the market. It's not that, right? I can challenge you, I can guarantee you will not get better mentoring anywhere else. So if you have any doubt, if you want to discuss anything, if you are perplexed, if you are feeling anxiety about preparation, do come and visit us and share your doubts. And we will be very happy to help you, right?
Yes. So simple है, जब तक आप टेस्ट नहीं करोगे, you will not feel it.
Yes,
basically.
exactly.
Right. So we are
AI
encouraging
gives
all
you
of you to
answers.
taste the test series or the mentorship we are providing in every program for answer writing, and then you will realize. Okay. So I hope this was all for today. In a day or two, we will
Yes.
be coming up with a new session webinar for camp as well, and answer writing templates as well. But in the meantime, you are always most welcome. You can come to the office.
And
you
one
can fill the
another
description
difference,
box.
I think the student was asking difference between camp and short.
Well, I
So
have
site
explained.
group, another difference is camp is a year-long test series along with mentoring, along with everything. Camp is the target is to finish your mains preparation within next 3 months. It will
Yes.
not go year-long. It is only 70 or 90 days max.
90 days max to max.
So
90
if you
days
want to
timetable.
prepare, because after that you will be focusing more on prelims.
Yes.
Right. But some students, they need lengthier test series. Some students, they want to do answer writing practice even after the prelims. So to cover all of those aspects, short test series is there.
Yes. Okay, so we are going to end the session here. Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining, and do visit us if you have any problem, and take care. God bless you all.
Yep. Thank you.